my life would be drifting like a ship without a sail. Without God, I would be nothing. Without God, I would fail. Yes. Without God, my life would be drifting like a ship without a sail.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah.
And with God, I am everything.
Come on now. Come on.
And with God, I cannot fail. And with God, my life is not drifting. He's got a plan. He's got a plan.
Yes.
He's got a plan.
Yes.
I don't know no more. But he's got a plan. He's got a plan for me not to fail. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. He's got a plan for me not to fail. He's got a plan for you not to fail. Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen. Our scripture reading tonight is coming from the book of Revelations.
Hallelujah.
Book of Revelation, chapter 21,
Everybody please stand.
verses 1 through 9. And the word of God reads. And the word of God reads. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Yes, yes.
The old heaven and the old earth had disappeared. And the sea was gone, also gone. And I saw the Holy Land, the New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of the heaven like a bride, beautifully dressed with her husband. I gotta read that again. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Come on now.
For the old heaven and the old earth had disappeared.
Yes.
And the sea was also gone. And I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. I heard a loud shout from the throne saying, look, God's home is not among his people. He will live with them, and God's home now is among his people, and he will live with them, and they will be his people.
Yes.
God himself will be with them. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death, or sorrow, or crying, or pain. All these things are gone forever. And the one sitting on the throne said, look, I am making everything new. And then he said to me, write this down, for what I tell you is trustworthy and true. And he also said, it is finished. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To all who are thirsty, I will give freely from the springs of the water of life. All who are victorious will inherit all these blessings, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. But cowards, unbelievers, the corrupt, the murderers, the immoral, those who practice witchcraft, idol worshipers, and all liars, their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. You may be seated. This is the second death. Somebody said, look to heaven.
Look to heaven.
I remember there was a time in my walk where every time I got in trouble, and I figured out why we could never get to see what God would have us to see. But when you move to Central Florida, you'll see why y'all don't see what y'all need to see. See, there's a city in Central Florida called Clearmont. And I play golf I play golf and I get to one hole, and when we're standing on the hole, we're standing on top of the people's roof. In other words, they always told us, minister, look to the hill, but ain't no hills in South Florida. Come on, somebody. Ain't no hills in South Florida. I didn't realize that till I moved to Orlando. But he always tell us, look to the hills from which cometh your help. I remember once I had a talk with Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I told him I was from Fort Lauderdale. He said, man, when I flew over South Florida, I saw all kind of demons. He said he saw all kind of demons. He said it was like a melting pot of demons. And I'm sitting here telling you because this is a port. We say Port Everglades. Y'all know that's the deepest port in the world. There's not a ship made that cannot come into Port Everglades. That water's over 163 feet deep. I knew that because they used to take us out there every year from first grade to sixth grade on our field trip. We went in submarines, we went on Queen Elizabeth, we went on boats. You went out there, they took y'all out there too. I mean, just a boat. That was the most boring field trip you ever won, because they tell you the same thing year after year. But I said that to say this to you. It's a port, but what South Florida is, we import foreigners. I don't see them, they talking about, you watch this now, they talking about putting a fence up along the Mexican border. But they're not talking about doing anything, watch this now. They're not talking about doing anything to keep, I ain't worried about the people. Do y'all know what all the things they drop out there in that ocean and they go pick up? If we get more, there's more damage and we're more harmed by the things that come out of that ocean than the people that come across that border from Mexico. Wow. Do y'all understand what's going on here? We don't know where to look. We got a government where our president has demeaned women. We got a government where our president has demeaned people of color. If they cut me, they cut me. I'm just speaking the truth.
Amen. Speak it, Bishop.
And we live in a world where half the country is all right with this.
That's right. Come on. That's right.
So what's going on is, what was once hidden, now they got a leader to say we don't have to hide no more.
Amen.
And the thing about it, what they don't understand, he opposed them more than he opposed anybody else because he don't have nothing to do with broke folk.
Right.
Come on.
Y'all better watch what's going on. You better watch the signs of the times. You better know where you're living. It ain't about being elected. Trump don't care about no fence. He don't care about no fence.
Right.
When Bush was president, anybody know what was Sky High? Anybody remember?
Yes.
Because Bush was an oil man.
Right. Amen.
Know what your president is. And if you was in business right now, you realize something. The easiest thing to do right now is get a loan from the bank. Why? Because Trump freed up the money because he is a businessman. While he got us looking at the fence, he freeing up the money in the bank.
Wow.
And you think he doing that for us? He doing it because by the time he do get out of office, it's going to take years for them to lock the banks back up. You hear me?
Come on, Bishop.
I'm just talking right now. We just talking because I need you to understand. We put our faith in the wrong place. Here you are living in a country where police officers, the ones that are supposed to be protecting folk, are killing folk and not going to jail. When they do if I kill somebody, I'm going to jail.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Facts.
But they protect one another.
Yes.
What's going on, saints? We're living in perilous times.
Come on.
And we can't even see it. I was going to wake up with Jesus this morning, and I realized how hypocritical I was, and I made a point that really been in my craw all day long. We sit here and we talk about sin. And then we get ladies in church. And I'm guilty of this. Because I was not looking to the heavens. As spiritual as I say I am, I trapped some women, literally. And I do want to apologize if you're one of those that I trapped. I hear somebody say, oh, he finna tell the truth. Bishop, who you done slept with? My wife. Get your mind off the wrong thing.
Come on, thank you.
Get your mind off the wrong thing. He finna come with a big confession.
Come on, Bishop.
No, I trapped them. Because I made them feel guilty about sex. Literally. I had 3 of them come to tell me, and they said, Bishop, I just feel dirty. And I'm saying this because I need y'all to understand when you preach and when you teach it, if you're not touching areas that people are scared to talk about, what good are you?
Right now. Spiritual truth.
What good are you? If you can't admit that you had a part in some of the suffering that some folk are going through, and God said, I cannot undo it until the source admit he or she had something to do with it.
Yes.
We all right?
Yes, sir.
Do I sound crazy?
No, the Holy Spirit.
Please tell me I do, because I'm supposed to be peculiar right about now.
Tell the truth.
You are crazy, but you tell the truth.
But I want you to understand. I was looking at the wrong thing. So, Chi. Somebody say sin. Somebody say sin is sin.
Sin is sin.
That's right.
That's right.
Sin is sin, Bishop.
I saw these babies going through something because they cared about somebody, and I saw some brothers going through something because they cared about the woman, and they were sitting here going through something, and all I was concerned about is y'all fornicating. Not concerned about the other things that was going on. I even told one couple, because I'm just a realist. If y'all sure y'all can't, if y'all ain't sure y'all can live together. I'm real with that. I'm all right with that. I don't get caught up in the letter, because I know one thing. I want you to be sure. Do y'all realize what we don't do no more? We don't have an engagement period no more. We don't have an engagement period.
Come on.
Yeah, you sure did. You made yours. We literally, if we get into this stir things like we supposed to do religiously, you're supposed to be engaged at least a year.
Amen.
Right.
Am I right, Pastor?
Amen.
At least a year. But I said I'd like to say this. I may have pushed you in the water, but I'm going to throw you a life raft so you won't drown. I promise you, okay?
Right.
Thank you, Bishop.
I'm going to throw you a life raft so you won't drown, because I'm going to tell you something. Along the way, I may have taken my eyes I took my eyes off the Bible a little bit, and I got caught in between the Bible and Jesus, and then I got caught in between Jesus and God. But I'm telling you right now, baby, I'm with God.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
And because I'm with God, He finna serve you up. As of tonight, anybody in this church, that's why the church ain't as full as it is on Monday night, because everybody in here tonight gonna be served up to God. Come on, somebody.
Amen.
But what I need you to understand, don't you shout, because when you are served up, now you have a different requirement. You don't look to the hills. Come on, somebody, you become the hill.
Yes.
See, we don't have no hills to look to. It ain't the landscape. It's the land and the man. Come on, somebody. That won't admit that, you know what, I am flawed. Come on, somebody. I have some shortcomings. I'm supposed to be that hill that you are supposed to look to.
Yes.
I was thinking, I said, there's no hills in South Florida, and I was absolutely right, because everybody is stepping on each other, trying to get to the top. Ain't nobody worried about who got stepped on. Ain't nobody worried about who got left behind. Ain't nobody worried about who scored.
Uh-oh.
Hallelujah.
My God. My God.
Ain't nobody worried about who scored.
My Lord.
How can you be a heel? Somebody, God said, I got some people that need to look to you, but they can't look to you because they can't relate to you.
Come on, God. Amen.
Better
Come
My
on.
teach it,
God.
Bishop.
Come on.
Went to a church in Miami yesterday. God bless them. God bless him.
Yes, Lord.
That's all I got to say. God bless him.
Yes, Lord.
And I messed around and took the wrong one with me, Pastor.
Yes, Lord.
Took missionary Almanac.
Oh, Lord, Lord.
And the man preached about an hour and a half.
Yes, Lord.
And all I got out of it was, sometimes you got to whoop some of these folk. Sometimes some of these folk need a whoop.
Oh my
That's
God.
what he said. He said sometimes some of these folk need a whooping. And missionary Earl was about to go to sleep. Deacon Richard, she said, "Amen, Richard, I'm coming home."
Hey, no.
He said, sometimes you got the whooping. And then she was all about the nod. And she said, "Amen, Richard, I'm coming home."
Oh my God.
And Pastor, and then he said something that was really, really profound. You know, there's a code in the hood. There's a code in the hood that when you whooping somebody, he said, you don't let them go.
Can't let him go.
Come, you let them go. If you let them go, they gonna come back and get you. You know how y'all know that's the code. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you should have killed me when you had me. Yeah. Y'all know that's the code. You should have killed me when you had me. He said you can't let them go. He said, but I tell you what, if you make a rascal breakaway,
Oh my God.
if you whoop him till he got the breakaway, you ain't got to worry about him coming back.
Oh my God.
That preacher say, if you whoop a rascal till he break away, you ain't got to worry.
Oh my God.
He said, you put that whooping on, make them break away. They see you coming, they gonna go the other way.
My God. Thank you for the Spirit of Jesus, the Deliverance Center.
He said, you whoop a rascal till he got the breakaway, you ain't got to worry about him coming. I said I had to say that.
Oh my God.
We got to understand what's going on.
Amen.
There were times when we didn't know that there was something beyond the hill. There were times when we didn't know that there was something beyond getting help from my bishop talking to me. There were times when we didn't know that there was something beyond getting help from my minister talking to me. There were times when we didn't know there was something beyond my pastor talking to me. There were times when we didn't know that there was something beyond the beyond.
Yes.
But now we know. I've been teaching you for years to hear from God. Teaching you from years to hear from God. Teaching you from years to hear from God. And so now all we want to do, everybody want to preach.
Come on, Bishop. Come on.
Everybody want to preach. But do y'all understand what a preacher, come here. Do y'all understand what a preacher, a real preacher is? Huh? Do y'all, I gave you this demonstration before. Do y'all really understand what a real preacher is? What I'm doing right now is I'm operating in the form of a prophet right now. And what you're hearing me say right now is to prepare you and warn you about what the consequences that God is real, and there are consequences in loving Him. And there's a way I show that I love Him, not to have to go through the consequences. So right now I'm doing nothing but prophesying, because I'm warning you that if you don't get with God, if you don't love like God wants you to love, there's something that's going to happen.
Yes. Yes.
Every one of us should be pastors. I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, I made the whole church pastor.
Amen. You did.
I said, everybody church pastors.
Yes.
But then I realized y'all didn't want the calling. Hello, caller. I see you got many callings. I like that. I got many callings. I can hear it. They calling me on the 7 hills. Y'all know what the 7 hills is? Fam, they calling me on the 7 hills. Yeah. Them 7 hills, and they get higher and higher. And boy, by January, when that wind hit, you be begging for Miami. You be begging for folk like that. It be so cold up there, my God.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm here to tell you, the whole point of pastoring, the whole point of ministry, administer to a wounded vessel. Pastor to a wounded vessel. Deacons are supposed to be helpers. Help a wounded vessel. Missionaries are supposed to be on a mission to what? Help a wounded person. All of it comes back to helping the wounded.
Yes.
That's all ministry is. We come back to helping the wounded. Say amen?
Amen.
So here we are in a place. I know you ain't running up here.
I know
Hey,
that's
sugar.
right.
Can Bishop get a kiss? Huh? Hey, sugar. Lord have mercy. All right, thank y'all. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Praise the Lord. Good to see you, baby. You looking like a big girl.
Amen.
And just as mature as she want to be. Scared of you. But anyway, we back to this wounded guy right here. Helping a wounded person. How can churches? I went to a church on this street right here. When I first moved here. We ain't nobody. We ain't got no vans. We don't even own the church. We just one of 5 churches in this building. And we going over to this man and I said, can we do, man, get out my church. I don't want to have nothing to do with nobody.
Yes, he did.
I was wounded. Bishop, how was you wounded? Nobody gave me a blueprint on how to pastor. Nobody gave me a blueprint on how to run a church. So I was happy when I came and I got next door to a church. I said, well, Lord, maybe I might have a mentor. I might have somebody who can tell me how these folk in this neighborhood operate. But God said, I'm the only help you need.
Amen. Amen.
Because I'm going to make you a heel. I'm going to make you a heel. Look to the hills from which cometh your help. Here is a wounded person. Now, what is the problem? Y'all got to stand up, D. You got to stand up. What is the problem? You're supposed to, I told you tonight, the title of the sermon is to look to heaven. Come here, Brandon. You might not make this. Come here, Brandon. Come here. I told you to look to heaven. What is the problem? Huh? This is our problem. Huh? Y'all see what I just did? I judged his weight. I said, this nigga too big. But when you become in order to work for God, you got to become a heel before you become a servant.
Amen. All right.
You got to be able to carry your weight and the weight of others before you become a servant of God.
Amen.
Yes.
See, because you got to understand, on my way of looking to heaven, I want you to do something here. Take your shoes off. I want you to do something. On my way of heading to heaven, I'm a heel. And this is why y'all really don't want to work with God and work for God. I'm a heel. Do y'all know what has to happen? I'm a heel. A heel is something that's connected to the ground. And in order for them to get to the heaven, guess what? Huh? I gotta be willing to lay my life down, totally surrender unto God, and I become a heel. And guess what? Some people call it bridge over troubled water. No, but God said, He ain't said nothing about no bridges. He said, look to the hills from which cometh your help. And He said, sometimes you got to lay down. And when you lay down, Sister Brandon, walk on my bike and go that way. Just walk on my bike, baby. Just walk on my bike. Somebody hold if you want to. I don't care. Walk, baby. Walk. Walk, baby. Walk. Go, step on the head. Step on the head, baby. Walk. Yeah, there you go. Do y'all understand? Y'all don't want to become the heel because y'all don't want nobody walking on y'all. When they walk on you, say, go, thank you. You were so good. I miss you, girl. You were so good. Do y'all understand what just happened? Somebody took advantage of me because they walked all over me.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's our problem.
That's so deep.
If you want to be a servant of God, they got to go not through you, but they got to walk on you to get to God.
Right.
But you got to have confidence that they're not taking advantage of you. They're trying to get to where you say they should be.
Yes.
They say, I don't know how to get there. But you won't surrender yourself to be walked on.
All right.
You won't surrender yourself to be the hill in which God said, look to the hills from which cometh your help. In other words, what he's saying is, which cometh your help. He has a witness that will encourage you. He has a witness that will carry your weight until you can carry your own weight. But we ain't got people who want to carry nobody's weight. Because you see what I did? I said, dig the wheel, go get her. That's what we do. We pick and choose who we want to help.
All right now, Bishop. We
pick and choose who we want to help.
That's right.
And then we say we are heavenly. You better hear the word of God.
Yes, sir.
We pick and choose when we gonna help. We pick and choose. We weigh how much it's gonna cost. What this gonna cost me? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Watch this. They done walked on my back, and my back hurting. You know why your back hurting? Huh? Because you did it to be seen. You didn't do it as a servant of God.
Right now. My Lord.
You can't carry another person without God's help.
Amen.
And the only way I know God is helping you, I can't see. Don't do it, Bishop.
Jesus.
Don't do it.
No Holy Ghost.
I heard. Y'all, did y'all hear that? We all talk about the Holy Spirit. Because there's no way the church don't want to have nothing to do with the Holy Ghost. Come on, somebody. See, remember the commercial? Say, like you a spirit and me a ghost.
Yeah.
Y'all know that commercial?
Yes,
huh?
yes,
So
yes.
they're one and the same, but we don't want to be called that ghost thing. See, because when I become a ghost, I'm not real to the world. When I become a ghost, you can see straight through me and see God. Come on, somebody.
All right now. That's right.
We don't want to have nothing to do with the ghost thing, guys. We don't want to have nothing to do with the ghost. And she said, she spoke the word. I was getting right over there. So God said, go over there. So when I make her say it, nobody will think you told her to say it. We don't want to have nothing to do with the Holy Ghost. When I become a ghost, the only thing that is seen is holiness, the holiness of God.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
And when the holiness of God is being seen, I cannot display where I am not at.
Right.
So we like this word Holy Spirit because that means my spirit is like God's spirit, my spirit is like Jesus' spirit. But I don't want to become a person that people can see straight through, because when they see straight through me, they're going to see my yesterday. When they see straight through me, they're going to see my scars. When they see straight through me, they're going to see my stupidity. I don't want to have nothing to do with this ghost thing.
My Lord. My Lord. Come on now.
I deal with the Holy Spirit because my understanding of a spirit is I'm supposed to be spirit-like. But I don't want to have nothing to do with this transparency of being a ghost.
Come on now. That's right. Tell the truth.
I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And until you become a ghost, you can't help nobody. Until you become transparent, you can't help nobody. Because what they need to see in you is the scar. What you doing with that scar right there? Now you explain the scar. And then they'll say what Sister Vanessa said about Mother Mary Lee. I ain't never know I can't see her being like that. But I saw her scars.
Yes.
They gotta see your scars, baby. They gotta see your scars. See, y'all gotta understand something. Scar. Number one letter to keep you from being all you want to be. All you want to be. There's only one letter to keep you from being all you want to be. God said, I'm not worried about you being a star. I'm worried about you being a scar. Because when you're a scar, that means you carrying your cross.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Only one letter to change scar from star. The T, totally about me. I'm a star.
Yes.
And what says you are a star is you're lying about you ain't got no scars.
That's right.
So if you're a star without scars, who can you help?
Nobody.
If you're a star without scars, who can you preach to?
So.
Oh, yes, you can. Other fake stars.
Oh, come on now.
You can preach to other fake stars. You got a whole lot of churches full of fake stars.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
They got a fake star in the pulpit. What you think they got sitting in the audience?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Huh?
Come on now.
You got to be able to let the people know I'm just like you. And the only thing that makes me special is the God that I serve, the God that saved me, the God that said I am yet all that I am because he said he loved me.
Yes.
That's what makes us special. Not your name, not your looks, not your money, not your assets, not your... I ain't going to say that because I can't do that. Not your family name.
Uh-oh.
Don't make you special. God say, I don't get it. Y'all still ain't got it. He said, I'll take the foolish things of the world to confound them, confuse them. I hide my jewels in foolish places, is what he's saying.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I hide my jewels in foolish places. You got people all over the country wanting to come to this little white church. You got people all over the country. Said, man, I wish I lived in Fort Lauderdale. I would be at your church.
Yes.
All over the country. But God is hidden us right here amongst people who think because this little white church is a little white church, we're not working in the manner in which God says we should work. Jesus looked like less, but he was more than anything.
Come on now.
Jesus looked like less, but he was more than anything the world had ever seen.
Come on now.
Come on, somebody.
Come on.
We look like less, but we are doing ministry every day. Not watch this now. Her season coming. She sees what it's going to take to run this ministry. She sees when I step down that you know what? God gonna give me. Watch this now. God's going to give me something. It might not be wake up with Jesus, but God's going to give me something I got to do every day to validate what I'm the pastor of this church.
Amen.
Going to give her something she's got to do every day.
Yes.
In other words, how can you work full time for the world and yet work full time for God? Huh?
God.
Huh? Can I tell you something?
Yes, sir.
You can't do it.
My Lord.
You can't do it. I'm a full-time pastor. And part of my ministry is accounting. Accounting used to be my livelihood, but now it is my part of my what? Ministry. I told you the other day a lady walked in my office. She walks in my office and she tells me, she says, she come to fix my phone. And I say, you know what? Come here, I got something for you. I'm gonna do your taxes next year. Just bring this card back with you for no charge. And I was watching Wake Up with Jesus. She was watching me. She said, She kept saying, And then then she told me, she said, you know what? My sister told me, since I'm a pastor now, she can't do my taxes no more, so I'm gonna have to get somebody else. See how my daddy took care of me?
Amen.
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 Do y'all understand what's going on here? This thing is real.
Yes.
But we're not looking to where we need to look to see the realness of God. We got to start looking to the heavens. And I'm going to leave you right here. Watch this. I'm going to leave you right here as I read the scripture to you. I want you to hear this. And then when I read it to you, we're going out the door. That man closed 20 times. Y'all don't ever tell me about me how many times I closed. That man closed 20 times yesterday. I know Sister Carrie. Yes, she did. He closed a lot of times. And every time he say he closed, he walked back down the stairs. He walked back down the floor. That was another 15 minutes. He went back up. He said, I'm going to let y'all go. Then he walked back down those stairs. And he did that 20 times. And then he said, I'm going to let y'all go for real this time. And then he got to the end of the step. I said, Holy Ghost, don't let him go back down those stairs. Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost.
Oh, Lord.
I learned to whoop them. I ain't learned nothing else. I learned to whoop them.
If you whoop them, they gotta break loose.
They gotta break loose. They ain't coming back.
Oh my God.
He said, then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. The old heaven and the old earth had disappeared. You gotta stop looking at things the way you see them and look at it for what it is.
Yes, true.
What is our problem in life? We look at it for what we want it to be.
Oh, it's true. Facts.
Rather than what it is.
Yes, sir.
And I never could get over what I was going through, sister, because I would always get frustrated because it would never be what I wanted it to be. My sons, my children weren't all that I wanted them to be. Went through a season where, why ain't got but one child at the church? But then guess what? God said, look at it for what it is. You ain't just got a child, you got a child worthy of being a pastor. You need to be thankful.
Amen.
You didn't just have to give it to her. She's worthy of it being. So he said, you need to be thankful.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And then I went through a seat and I said, God, Jesus, I'm helping all these folk. I got all my family members going through in this city. You put me in the city I grew up in, and they don't even want to come to the church. God said, look at it for what it is. And not what you want it to be. See, when you start looking at it for what it is, then and only then will you see heaven, because then and only then you realize it's God working in the way He said He needs to work for you to be effective.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
He's working in the only way that you will be effective. If I put the right family member in here, I put Miss Ann in here, she gonna talk to you and tell you, boy, you can't be preaching that stuff, and I'm gonna honor her instead of honoring
God.
He know what he's doing.
Yes.
He knows what he's doing, and I'm trying to tell you right now, stop worrying about what you don't have in your life, and thank God for what you do have in your life, because He said this is what's going to make you most effective.
Come on now.
Hey,
Thank you, God.
Look to heaven.
That's
But
right.
the problem with looking to heaven is, I'm going to show y'all I'm out of here. Notice what He says here. He says, I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem,
All right.
coming down from God. I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, not going up, Pastor. Going where?
My God.
God says He's a God of opposites. I let Jesus resurrect. So that means you must, if you're going to serve me, you must go. He's a God of opposites, saints.
Yes.
He has to balance this thing. He said, now if I got my Jesus in heaven, I need some Jesuses on earth. And I need them where I need them. Jesus went to the graveyard, found a man with demons. Jesus went to the tax collector house. Jesus went, where didn't He go? And every time He went somewhere, they said if He was holy, He would be dealing with them folk. But that was anything but, because that's what He came for, to deal with folk who didn't know they could be holy, instead of dealing with those folk who were pretending to be.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
A pretender can never give confidence to somebody who don't know.
Right.
Because at the right price, you're going to realize I'm not a leopard with spots. It's just Beijing.
Oh.
He did.
Jesus.
It's just Beijing, baby. It ain't real.
Jesus.
Y'all understand what's going on here?
Yes, sir.
What you see ain't what it is. Notice what He said. He says, aloud, and he said, coming down from God, out of heaven, like a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. In other words, a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. In other words, the husband, she's the bride. She ain't the wife yet. The husband knows she's there, but he don't know what she look like, but he know whatever she got on, she look good. So no matter what somebody's doing, no matter what they're going through, don't worry about what they look like. You know that they're beautifully dressed and they were sent by God for you to either take care of or learn from.
Yes.
Amen. Right.
Yes.
But we don't want to take care of them because we're looking at how they're naturally dressed. We don't want to learn from them because we know their history.
Uh-oh.
We stop.
My Lord.
So if I don't want to learn from somebody because of how they dress, I surely ain't going to let you walk on my bike with your dirty feet.
Uh-oh.
I'll never be the heel that will transport somebody to heaven. You got to be willing to go down. Before I let Ebony walk on my bike, I had to do what? Lay what? I had to lay down. He said, I heard a shout from the throne saying, look, God's home. Uh-oh. What? God's house?
Home.
God's house?
Home.
God's house?
Home.
God's home is among us. Do y'all understand what's going on?
Yes, sir.
When do the unexpected.
Come on. Amen.
Do the unexpected. And
Yes.
let me tell you something. And you'll mess Satan up every time.
Every time.
Thank you.
Every time.
I understand.
Because I'm telling you, he know if you step left, he step right, you gonna step left. But you know what you do? When he step right, you step right with him. Most kids, sir. My mama, when I would go by my mama's house and I'd be up to my foolishness. I said, Mama, you know, I gave you $100 the other day. I just need 20 of it right now. She said, I give it to you, but where we going? She said, I'll give it to you, but where we step with him. He want to go? Okay, baby, let's go.
Yep.
She want to go? Okay, baby, let's go. Step with him.
Amen.
Stop complaining about where they going. Go with them. You had that right. You the wife. You had that right. You the husband.
Amen.
Go with them.
That's right. You got that right.
And all of a sudden, guess what? I don't need to go nowhere.
That's right. You got that right.
Go with them. You had it right. Say, baby, all I'm doing is, I know you love the Lord. At least you act like it. So I'm going to make sure you get to heaven. So let's go.
That's right.
Amen.
I'm just going out to the van to listen to some music. Go out there and smoke that cigarette. Watch it. Say, he ain't going to smoke it in front of it. Go with it.
Hey.
Thank you, Bishop.
I just go through the van for a little while. Go with it.
That's right. Step with him. Step with him. That's good.
Hey.
Thank you, Holy Spirit. Step with him.
Get him above me.
You told on yourself. I thought you'd stop smoking.
You ain't right, man.
Hey.
Lord have mercy. Look, God's home is among his people. If you are a vessel of God, you are that home that's supposed to protect those from them. You're supposed to protect them from themselves. They don't know God like you do. The one that knows God is supposed to help the one that don't what? But in other words, what we do, we sit there, well, I'll just stay here. God gonna work it out. God said, I sent you to help him work this thing through. Help her work this thing what? Through.
Amen.
And they're gonna do one of two things. They're gonna start hiding the more. And when they start hiding the more, they're removing what?
Well,
Themselves.
Amen.
And I told you this morning, you don't have to remove that. David had 2 times he could have killed Saul. 2 times. He knew he was the next king because Nathan and Samuel had already came and told him. He knew he was the next king. All Saul had to do was be out the way. 2 times he could have killed him. But he said, touch not the man of God.
Amen.
And he helped Saul live a little bit longer. But Saul would not stop his pursuit of David. And when somebody keep pursuing you with hurt, somebody keep pursuing you with anger, sooner or later, God's going to do something about it.
Amen.
All right.
Sooner or later. So I'm telling you something. God he removed Saul so David could take his rightful place. But we got to understand something. Everything you need is in God. And God is what whatever he is, he makes it heaven. Notice what he says here, and I'm going to leave you for the third time. Notice what he says here. He says, the old earth was disappeared, and the sea was also gone. You know what it said, Pastor? The sea was also gone. Do y'all know? Look at your map sometime. Look at the map. And when you look at the map, you'll see how the earth fits. You'll see where South America fits in a little nudge with North America. You'll see how Africa fits. The whole earth used to be put together, and God separated with the sea. He said, no longer will there be separation in my kingdom. I'm going to remove the sea. We're going to be one again. It's going to be one land. I'm going to remove the sea because there will be no need for a symbol of peace because we will become that peace.
All right.
There will be no more need for a symbol of peace. The sea will be gone. There'll be nothing between me and you anymore. I don't fit with my wife. We all right, but we connected. I don't fit with minister. I don't fit with pastor. I don't fit with his brother right now. I fit with God. What's keeping me from being separated? What's separating me from God?
Oh, Lord. Jesus. Thank you, God.
I'm trying to fit with people. Look to heaven.
Yes.
And find out where you really fit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I get totally along with my wife? We get along a lot more than we used to. Instead of fussing 2 times a year, now we fuss 1 time a year. You believe that if you want to. But anyway. But it is a lot better. Because we realize she ain't supposed to fit me and I'm not supposed to fit her. We're supposed to fit God, then we become one.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Look to heaven. Notice what he says here. Notice what he says. He says, I heard, he says, and John saw a holy city coming down from heaven, prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. Huh? Look to heaven. Look to do what they do in heaven. Under all circumstances. When I look to do what they do in heaven, I realize I'm making God real, not only to myself, but those who are watching me. And he will dwell with them, and they shall be my people, and God himself shall be their God. Y'all want to hear this now? And God wiped away all their tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death. Once I look to heaven, that means he says, I have an invitation to heaven. Once I get there, there will be no more death. But if I don't accept the invitation, there will be a second what?
Lord.
There will be a second death. He says, and they shall be my, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. In other words, I don't do nothing without considering God. And see, this is where we mess up. Once we consider God, whatever happens, it's going to be what? All right. What way we mess up is when we do what we want to do without what? Considering God. Jesus Jesus, when he got that spirit on him that he had to die, Jesus could have got up and walked away, and he would have been all right, but he would not have fulfilled what God wanted him to be. But what made him have to go through it? He considered what?
God.
That's why y'all don't want to consider God, because y'all know God gonna tell you to go to church every time them doors open. So you don't consider him all the time. You only consider him when you feel like going.
Come on, Bishop. Come on.
We don't consider God when we really want to do something, because we say, well,
All right, come on.
I know what God's gonna say.
All right.
Consider God in all things.
Yes.
He says, and there will be no more pain. The former things are passed away. And he sat upon the throne. Behold, I make all things new.
Amen.
Why we keep running around here? What's the simplicity? Why we really can't get with God? Because we won't let that old day go and live in the new day what God gave us right here.
Come on now. Amen.
Forget the old day. We won't let that old moment go that happened 2 hours ago and live in the new moment that God gave us right now.
That's right.
Amen.
See, because you don't understand, even though it happened 10 minutes ago, you can have a heart attack and leave him right now.
That's right.
Amen.
So if I want to be somewhere, I want to be in the new thing God is doing. Hello, somebody. Because I'm in the new thing God is doing. I'm with God anew. Hello, somebody. So when you hear this, he said unto me, it's done. I am Alpha and Omega. God, people don't get that. I tell you everything about your walk. I am the beginning and the end. I am Alpha and Omega.
Yes.
I was there when you started. I'm gonna be there when you finish. And he said, I was your beginning. You began with me, and you gonna end up with me.
Yes.
But this here it is. And he said unto me, it is done. I am the Alpha and Omega. I will give unto them that is a thirst. Oh, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. They ain't tricked me. There we go. I will give unto them that are thirsty. I will freely give them springs of water. Watch what he's saying. What is he saying? What are we thirsty for? I need a Bible study moment right now. What are we thirsty for? Sister Vanessa, what are you thirsty for? What do man thirst for? What do man thirst for? Until you know, when you don't know God, what do you really want somebody to do for you? With no conditions. We thirst for love. We thirst for love. We all want to be loved. We thirst, he was always talking about, you want to be what? Love. Everybody want to be what? Love. He said when you get to know God, you won't thirst to be loved no more. We thirst for love. We put up with crap because I don't know if I'll find somebody else like him to love me.
Oh my Lord.
I don't know if I'll find somebody else like her to love me. If you got to make that question,
Come on, Bishop.
if you got to make that statement,
Teach it, Bishop.
why are you selling for life when you can have it?
Come on now.
Right.
Come on now.
The love of who?
God.
That's all that matters.
Amen.
That's right.
Oh Jesus.
Come on, let's
You
go.
better grab that right now. I gotta grab that right now. When I got the love of God, what do it do? This is how I know y'all really don't know God. When I got the love of God, that means I know love, am I right?
Yes.
So what did that do? It makes me identify fake curse.
Jesus.
I put up with fakers because I don't know real. I'm still thirsty.
Wow, now that's deep.
I'm not looking to heaven. Heaven is right here with me. I was created out of the love of God.
Amen.
Amen.
But I want the love like your daddy.
Amen.
Can't nobody love you like your creator.
Amen.
Can't nobody build you up when they don't know what makes you tick like the one who created you.
Come on, Bishop.
When a fake lover finds out what you tick, he tried, you know what he tried to do? Back in the day we had clocks, y'all kids don't know this. When a fake lover finds out what makes you tick, he won't wind your clock. And when he don't wind your clock, what happens? The clock stops what? Then you end up feeling like nobody loves me. You're right, because you're dealing with fake love. You ain't looking to heaven. You ain't got nobody. You ain't got nobody that will be willing to lay down and let you walk on their back. I don't care. If God tell me to lay down, let my wife walk on my back, and he know, she know he gonna do it. That's why she went on that. Thank you, baby.
Amen.
Amen. But I want to tell you something. Listen here. You are not admitting the truth, so you're in agony, you're in pain. Do y'all understand? Sickness comes from stress.
That's right.
Pastor, read, Pastor. That little church over there, they always do this. We right here. Read 7.
All who are victorious
All who are victorious.
will inherit all these blessings.
All who are victorious. All who recognize what they don't have to beg for. All who recognize what they don't have to wait for. I ain't got to wait for heaven. I can look to heaven right now and I won't thirst for what man can't give me anyway. Read, Pastor.
And I will be their God, and they will be my children.
I will be their God. He's the parent of parents, and they will be my children. Read, Pastor.
But cowards, unbelievers,
and listen to this. Cowards. Wait a minute, cowards. Someone who talk a good game, but when it's time to be that heel, they don't want to be that heel. Come on.
Unbelievers.
Unbelievers, talk to me. Someone who preaches but can't walk it. Come on, somebody.
Come on now.
The corrupt.
The corrupt, those who always look right, but they do their dirt in the dark. Come on, talk to me.
Murderers.
Those who say they love you, but behind their back they stabbing you. They stabbing you by talking about you. Talk to me now. Talk to me.
The immoral. The immoral.
Those who are immoral, they looking at your woman and they looking at your husband and they act like they ain't. Y'all better talk to me now. God said, if you look at her like that, you might well go and have sex with her because y'all already saying. If you look at him like that, you might well. The immoral. Talk to me now. Come on, Pastor.
Those who practice witchcraft.
Those who think they can do dirt and get away with it. You better hear me. Those who think they can hurt folks and there ain't gonna be no consequence. You old witches out there? Come on now, talk to me.
Idol worshipers.
I want to tell y'all something. All witches don't wear dresses. There's some witches and riches too now. There's some witches and riches. Talk to me now.
Idol worshipers.
Idol worship. Those who say they love God, come on somebody, but they really love themselves because they ain't ready to help nobody unless there's something in it for them. You better talk to me about that.
And all liars.
They're all liars. You know, come on now. I love the Lord.
Come on now.
I'm finna lose all the numbers.
Come on now.
I love the Lord.
Yes, come on.
God said,
Lord have mercy.
a liar can't tarry in his sight.
Yes.
Yes.
And I know it. Know how I know? Because the liar don't want to see God all the time. I walk through them doors.
Come on now.
Right.
My God.
Y'all don't like me right now.
We love you,
But it is what it is.
Teach Bishop.
Is it gonna make you go away or convict you to say, you know what, I'm gonna do better?
Come on now.
Because guess what? You ain't got but 2 deaths. And this is the what, Pastor? Finish reading, Pastor.
Their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur.
Their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur.
This is the second death.
In other words, y'all notice something? He never said, how can it be a second death if death is the end?
Lord.
Come on. If death was the end, how could there be? Read the Bible for yourself.
Amen.
Amen.
Man, what they say? Man
What I said?